the hat trick that wasn't, but 4 goals. I mean, maybe that helps ignite the offense. Was there anything that you saw in that game to help us believe that the offense is ready to get out of its slump and maybe put more than 2 goals on the board? That seems like they've been at the 2-goal mark each and every game since like January 10th.
Before I answer that question, Michael and Pete, nice to talk to you today. I would like to congratulate the Atlantic City Sharks Pee Wee A team. Stefan Rivard, former Atlantic City Boardwalk goalie player, is the coach. They won the New Jersey Pee Wee A out of skate zone here in Atlantic City, and I'm representing the whole area and congratulating them on their championship.
Oh, that's nice, and congratulations to him. I do remember Stefan when he played for the Bullies there, PT.
Rivy's a great guy,
Absolutely.
working as a firefighter now out at the airport. Great guy.
Good for him. So listen, in answer to your question, you would like to think that all the times that they were out shooting teams, that they would all of a sudden found that swagger you need. Sometimes when you're not scoring but you're getting shots on net, you tighten out a little bit tighter on the stick. You start waiting for the perfect opportunity to score a goal as compared to just letting yourself react. Not think, but react to what's happening on the ice. And you find yourself that you're scoring more, you're scoring on all different situations, and hopefully that might have triggered what could happen down the road here for this hockey club to make a run to the playoffs.
Yeah, we had Jordan Wheel on yesterday, and of course he got sent to the minors. We're like the kiss of death, but I think he got brought back up. It was just kind of like a paper trail move there, but he had been playing really well. It was good to see him finally get one, but he talked about how that happens in this game, where in that 10-game win streak, they hit the post, and the post ricochets in instead of ricochets out. And it seems like you're going bad, it hits the post and goes out. When you're going good, it hits the post and goes in. He said, man, we've been peppering goalies. We just can't get one by. And then even his goal was a redirect that when you're going bad, redirects right into the guy's breadbasket.
That's absolutely correct. And as a player, you're always looking for that perfect opportunity to get the perfect shot to be able to get the perfect goal, and it doesn't work like that. It's going to go up off your butt, off your head, off your hand, anything to get a goal. Jordan Wheel, like you just mentioned, is a perfect example. He was probably, about a couple of feet to the left of Smith, and all of a sudden the shot came from Gudis, and he just redirected and caught the far post. That's what it takes. It's a matter of getting traffic in front of the goaltenders, all the different things you hear from us as broadcasters and from the media saying, simple, get in front of the net, screen the goaltender, get the shot on net. You're either going to redirect it, you're going to get a rebound, it's going to be saved, and all the different things that come into play of getting the puck on net. That's also been a big problem for the Flyers, is hitting the net. You hit the net, something's going to happen.
Steve Coates of this Flyers radio analyst. Coatesy, like Mike talked about, Ron Hextall said the Flyers were going to be sellers at the deadline and then surprised everybody yesterday by picking up a veteran guy, Valterri Filppula. Tell us why Hexy's in love with that guy and why that's a smart move, in your opinion, to pick up a centerman like that.
Well, he's been there. He won a Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2008. You always like to try to find people that have had success. He's had great success in Tampa the years he's been there. He's a great centerman, very good face-off guy, and he's a setup guy. He's not a shooter. And you know why he's not? Let's put it this way. He's not a scorer because he's always looking for the pass to be able to move the puck as compared to shooting the puck. A lot of players tend to do that over their years, especially guys that are good playmakers. They pride themselves in their ability to feed their wings. So he's going to be playing between Voracek and Shin. So, as Ronnie Hextall said, he's looking for him to set up people. So, in the scheme of things, both Voracek and Shin should benefit from this move.
How about the other moves that they made yesterday, Coatesy? They extended Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and then the goalie one was a little bit of a surprise where they decided to go with Michal Neuvirth and extend his deal.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation. I really don't know the thought process on that. It's kind of an interesting situation where Neuvirth was given the reins the last couple of weeks, and really, in the scheme of things, he was all right, but he wasn't great. And when you take a look at that game last Saturday in Pittsburgh, I thought a couple of goals could have been saved, could have made a little difference in the outcome of the hockey game. So you've got Neuvirth coming over with an opportunity, then Mason goes in and shuts out Colorado. And quite frankly, Simmons had a heck of a game like you talked about, but I thought Mason was the second star of that hockey game. He had some great saves. So you got here with Mason, who has not been consistent, gets a shutout the other night, gets a big win, but Neuvirth, the guy, gets signed. So I would imagine the next couple of days, Hexie will explain exactly where his thought process there. He did come out and say that doesn't mean he's not going to make an offer to Steve Mason.
Yeah. There is a little wrinkle that just came out on that contract within the last 10 minutes. $250 in signing bonuses, which means that alleviates a little bit of the pressure from the Flyers, and it ensures that there is a little bit more flexibility for there. So I guess that signing bonus of $250,000, he still gets a 2.5 cap hit, but $250 in signing bonuses, I guess, takes a little bit of pressure off in terms of the cap situation.
Yeah, there's always ways to move the money around. So
Right.
They save $250,000.
But that just kind of came out in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, there's all sorts of different things that happen behind the scenes that we don't even know when it comes to dollars. I mean, I heard it was interesting about that Rada Verback from from the Coyotes. He had everybody thought he was going to get moved, and he didn't get moved because the teams didn't want to pick up the $250,000 per win during the playoff round that he has in his contract.
Oh, escalators. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that $250,000 is a lot of money, that's for sure. I do want to loop back to Filppula for a second, Coatsy, because walk me through what this situation's like him for tonight. He's here in town. He was at the morning skate today. It's an optional morning skate, so it's not like he really knows the system, and it's sort of like a trial by fire for him tonight. He's only been here for less than 24 hours. What's that like for him to come in and try and acclimate so fast?
Well, hockey's hockey. I mean, Joey Mullen, if he's going to be on the power play, which we don't know, but if he's on the power play, and he's a passer, so he should be on the power play, and I would think he'd be the perfect guy to go on that second power play because it's been anemic. So Joey Mullen will tell him what they do on the power play, and once he sees it, he'll probably have played it somewhere. Then the head coach will sit down and talk to him about, what he expects from his centers. The center on this team has to be very active as far as in the zone, coming back, helping the third as the third guy below the circles and below the goal line. The way we break out, it's no different than a football player going and getting a playbook. There's a certain way that we play. There's a certain way Tampa Bay plays, and it's just a little different situation when you're told. Is it a timing thing where you play with guys for the first time? Yes, that's a problem. But the actual structure, he'll be told, and he'll understand exactly what he has to do.
Flyers play the Panthers tonight, and that's a team ahead of them in the Eastern Conference playoff race, Coatsy. And I know I keep looking at these charts the league sends out. In baseball, it's the magic number. In hockey, they have this column at the bottom that says tragic number. So we're at that point where it's 20 games left for the Flyers, 20 games left for the Panthers. With that in mind, and it's a team ahead of them, how much of a must-win is this tonight?
Every game's a must-win right now, as it is with the Florida Panthers. The Panthers have a double opportunity, though. They can still get the wild card in the conference, but they can still finish in the top three in the Atlantic Division because that Atlantic Division is not as strong as the Metro Division, so the numbers are dictating to that the Florida Panthers have the opportunity to do both. Flyers, on the other hand, because the Metro is so strong with the Rangers, Pittsburgh, Washington Capitals, Columbus Blue Jackets, that their only opportunity is going to be for that wild card. The Panthers, right now, they went on an unbelievable road trip. Beat Anaheim, beat L.A., beat San Jose, beat St. Louis, but yet came home and got beat. So now they're back on the road, and tonight they could set a record for their sixth straight road win after five that I just talked about. There was one prior to that. So when you take a look at this game, it's huge for them. They're one of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League, and the Flyers, It's every game. You got to win every game.
Yeah, and let me ask you this. I want to go back to the Neuvirth deal real fast. Is that a backup goalie's?
Okay.
Is that a backup goalie's contract? Is that, hey,
Yeah.
You're the backup. Like, we like you, but your contract is what it is. If you win the job, great, but you're getting – like, those numbers are backup goalie numbers, right?
Yeah, those numbers dictate that you're not having a very good year. You haven't had a very good year. You've been injured a lot. That's basically telling you this is what you're getting.
Okay. So let me ask you this then, Coatsy. Yeah.
What I was going to say is that sometimes the player wants the security.
Right.
And the agent's gone out and tried to figure out if anybody's really interested in Michal Neuvirth. And it's good for the Flyers and good for him to take that kind of money.
So did he get his shot, lose it, and now Mason takes over this stretch run here?
Well, whether it was a shot that they were going to keep it there, but now you got to go with the guy. And the guy right now is Steven Mason. You're only as good as the last game. And he had a shutout. He won the game he had to. He came off a long layoff when Neuvirth got that opportunity. So you're going to ride the horse as long as you can. And it doesn't matter about contracts. It doesn't matter about who's number one, who's number two. It's about winning hockey games right now. So the coach doesn't have to look too far right now to say, Mace, you're the guy. It's yours to win or lose right now for the rest of the way. And Mason's got a lot at stake, too, because he doesn't have a contract. So he wants other people to be interested in him as well as the Philadelphia Flyers.
It's just odd that the timing, that Neuvirth gets a shot, he plays 7 games, then he doesn't play well, and then they give him a contract. I guess the expansion draft might have something to do with that as well.
Yeah, the availability of certain players and not exposing the players that you want to keep has a lot to do with that. Also, Neuvirth's got a number that's interesting. He's fourth. He was, last time I looked at it, he was fourth or fifth in save percentage in third periods. That's a pretty good number.
Well, and it seems that he's going to be – they like Neuvirth as a backup, and he's going to be cheaper to keep in that role than Mason, so it makes sense. We like you. You're a backup. Mason's not going to sign for this deal. You get the deal.
That's right.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct, Michael.
PT and I talked earlier about the Bellemare deal. He thinks it signifies Couturier could be gone. That Bellemare has basically filled that role in his absence. Is Couturier a guy that could be on thin ice?
I don't think so. I think that Couturier fits into the third line position where he's been the last few years. I think Bellemare's a fine fourth line center. That's what he is, a fourth line center. Have we had him up at third? Yeah, because of injury and because of poor play on certain players and things like that. But he's a 4, and he's one of the top 4s. Outstanding penalty killer. And it gives you enthusiasm and energy every time he goes over the boards. Couturier, he's kind of had his opportunity at 2. It didn't work out. We know he's a great 3. We know he's a good shutdown guy. So basically, he's back where he belongs, as a 3. So if you start the year next year with those 2 as your third and fourth centers, and Filppula is your second, and you fit, and hopefully you get a Giroux back to where he can be, you're not that bad as far as movement is concerned.
Coachy, it was good to see you the other night. I do want to tell you that we tried to go to Permanente Brothers, and Thompson said he wouldn't go because he doesn't eat coleslaw.
He what?
He wouldn't go because he doesn't like coleslaw on his sandwich.
Now, there's a bet that I would have taken. Like if you lined up, you remember that old show, Truth and Consequences?
Okay. I do.
Okay, and you'd line 3 guys up. You'd line 3 guys up with different builds. Everybody a different size, a different weight. And there's Pete Thompson on the left side. And you were to bet which guy doesn't eat coleslaw. Are you kidding me?
Coach, I said I didn't want to go because I didn't want. It was like ordering a cheesesteak and getting Swiss on the. I mean, I didn't want to be that guy that said, "Can I have a Permane Brothers sandwich?" Which they're known for the slaw on top. I'd say, and Gil says, "Well, you can take it off."
That's not what they're known for, by the way.
The
they're not known for the slaw. They're known for the fries being on the sandwich. The slaw is just something that goes on the sandwich. That's not what they're known for. I tried to explain that to him, Coatsy.
Yeah, Dean, I didn't know that I had to wait to do this show, and I would imagine Mike's going through the same circumstance of we had to do this radio show to find out that you're a picky eater.
Yeah, meat, cheese, bread. That's it.
Unbelievable. Talking about one-dimensional.
No seafood, no sandwiches without just meat, cheese, bread.
Somewhere in heaven, my mother is smiling and saying, "Yeah, you try to raise that kid."
Yeah. All right. Well, Coatsy, it was good to see you.
Guess what, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike, he's on a diet, but nobody told his body yet.
On that one,
I love you, pal. I love
Coatsy, we'll be hearing you tonight here on 97.3 ESPN. Flyers and the Panthers right here on 97.3. Thanks, pal.
All right, guys. See you later.